I've seen people saying that the teams can't complain because they're having to play by NASCAR's rules. They're having to play by rules that NASCAR's just coming back and putting in because they can.
Mm-hmm.
It's not their previous rules. It's rules to fit their court case, which is ridiculous.
Rolling, green. The rookie lap is green. All clear. Go get 'em. No rookie moves.
Welcome to the Rookie Lap. This week, we felt real Southern at the Southern 500 at Darlington. Yeehaw! We didn't plan that. It just kind of happened. That was fun. Let's talk about this race. I'm Connor. That's Frank. That's Austin. How are you doing this week? How is everybody doing this week? How are y'all doing this week?
Wore out. Been a long weekend, but a good weekend.
Okay. Yeah.
Lots of racing, lots of fishing, just lots of working for the wife. It's been busy, but fun.
I helped you with some of that.
Yep, and you were here to help. And
I did.
Austin actually got to make it to the race this weekend again.
Yeah, back to back. We might go to Bristol in a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's a little longer ride, but probably worth it. Never been to Bristol. I've always wanted to, but back when I really wanted to go and went to a lot of races, you couldn't get a ticket to Bristol.
No, not unless you were on the 2-year waiting list.
Yep. It used to be bad, but
Yeah.
I understand now you can, so maybe one day within the next, 15, 30 years, I'll get a chance to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what'd you think about the race?
I loved it. I thought it was a great race. I mean, not the greatest race, but I thought it was a good one. I think a lot of people were over-hating on it.
Yeah, I saw a little hate on it. I didn't understand why.
I think they got reminded, in James Small's words, of an old-school beatdown, and they didn't like it. Because he said, that's Brisco's crew chief.
Yeah.
He said that he texted the guys yesterday morning before the race and said, I think it's time to do an old-school beatdown on the guys. And that's what happened. And that ain't happened in a while, so I don't think people enjoyed that.
Yeah, I mean, he beat up on him pretty good, but...
It was way closer than the numbers show.
Yeah, I was going to say, he didn't just run off and hide like some of the other people do in the other divisions.
No, Reddick gave it all he had, and I think he had a better car. He just couldn't get around him. And that was people's complaint. They're saying that Reddick or Jones should have won that race, but that the dirty air is so bad that they just couldn't get around Briscoe. But I don't know. I saw a bunch of people come through the field.
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw many passes for many positions. It might not have been the lead, but I guess that's one of those shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that theirs is as bad at that track as it is the others because they're slipping so much. It's about when you can get traction down and saving your tires.
Yeah. Briscoe said, because that was his problem, he had a better short-run car, and he knew that last run was the longest run of the race, like 48 laps, I think, and he said, coming to the green, he was terrified because he knew that car was going to drop off at the end, and he said, I couldn't decide whether I should take it easy and try and save my tires and just make them last longer, or if I just go hard and get the biggest gap I can and fall back to them and hope I hold on. And that's what he tried, and it worked. He made it, barely. But I want to rewind back to Daytona just for like a minute. There was a couple cool things that I noticed afterward. First off, did y'all realize the first 9 spots at the Daytona race were 9 different teams? Like Hendrick, Trackhouse, Legacy, Penske. It was 9 different teams, 1 through 9.
No, I really didn't. Didn't pay that close attention to it.
11th was a 10th different team, so if he would have passed 10th, there would have been 10 different teams in the top 10. I just thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even realize that there's 10 teams on the track.
Yeah.
And they almost had a different car in every spot for the top 10.
Yeah, I guess all that many. A lot of them are affiliated in some way or the other, but
Yeah. But I
they don't
noticed
come
that.
out of the same shop.
And then just another shout out for Blaney before this weekend. I didn't realize. I mean, I realized, but it didn't come to my mind. Y'all realize he got second in point regular season with 7 DNFs. He didn't finish 7 races and still got second in points. I
Yeah.
think that team is on fire when they finish right now.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah, didn't look real good yesterday.
No, but that's still impressive. I mean,
Yeah, does that mean he did really good or everybody else did really bad though?
both.
I mean, you got a lot of good drivers that had some real mediocre races through the year.
Yeah, I mean, that's something a lot of the drivers were talking about at Playoff Media Day. They don't really know who to look at for the championship because nobody's really stood up and told everybody to come get it this year.
No, and we thought Denny might have for a little while, but I'm not so sure of that now.
No.
He's still really good, but is he just that outstanding like you have in the other 2 divisions where you got somebody, hey, he's the guy?
Yeah. No, I don't know. But he got the pole. And how about he stopped Brisco got second. He stopped Brisco 1 spot from sweeping all the Crown Jewel poles this year.
Yeah.
Brisco got him a 500, 400, 600, and missed out on this one by a spot.
I bet he'll take the win over the pole any day, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He'll trade him in. But I also thought that was interesting. The front row for each race this weekend was one team. So the truck or Xfinity or Cup, Cup started with Gibbs on the front row. Xfinity had, I think, Junior Motorsports on the front row, and then Funny and Trucks front row was on the front row. That was pretty cool, I thought. But yeah, anyway, so I don't know. People seem to not really care for the Cup race, which I'm wondering if it was just a loud minority because on the good race poll it's in the 60s, I think. So more than half the people gave it a good race vote. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed the strategy to it. I thought that was one of the better strategy races just on options that wasn't absolutely insane because you had guys that were splitting the stages in thirds and you had guys splitting it in half. And honestly, I don't know why more people didn't split it in half because
it didn't pay off for some of them.
Well, John Hunter Nemechek started 30th and split stage 1 in half and came out in the top 10. So it worked for him very well.
Yeah, it didn't work out for Shane, though.
Yeah, but that's because Shane got an unlucky caution.
Right.
And maybe that's why people didn't try it. But
Exactly. I mean, there is that downside to it. If things don't go your way, then you've really got problems, and it bit him hard.
Yeah.
Not that he was real fast, but he definitely would have finished better had he been on the same strategy.
I feel terrible for them because his numbers, everybody's going to be on the internet saying, oh, see, look, he showed how terrible he is and how he don't belong. That's not where he would have finished. He would have gotten the top 20, I believe.
Real close, if not. Yeah, definitely. And I think it would have been right at that.
Yeah, but everybody's going to say that,
somewhere.
You know.
Which would have been a good finish yesterday because I've got some notes here that tell me where everybody finished that was in the playoff. 38, 32nd, 31st, 29th, 23rd, 20th, 21st, 19, 18, 17. Yeah, that would have been a good finish.
10 playoff drivers were outside of the top 15.
That's exactly. So what 20 would have kept you right in there in the hunt.
Yeah. But dang, I mean, he qualified top 20, out-qualified 2 Hendrick cars. We'll get to them, jeez. And then
right off a cliff, yeah.
I was impressed. I don't know if TV covered it, but on the last lap of stage 1, he needed 2 spots to get to the Lucky Dog, and he passed both of them in turn 4 coming to the checkered.
Yep.
And but he got that unlucky caution, and I think that's going to give them a worse look than they deserve. But did you hear his funny radio thing that happened?
Mm-mm.
He had, because he was saying the car was terrible. He just didn't know what to do with it. And they said, well, it'll get better when the sun goes down. And he said, I freaking hope so, but with a different word. And then he comes back and says, sorry for the language. You don't never hear a driver say that.
Huh.
But
Well, he wasn't the only one cussing and raising Cain in the car.
no, I don't know who y'all heard, but Kyle Busch was very upset after he
Oh,
got
it was across the
spun on
board.
lap
There was a
one.
ton of them. Carson
There-
Hocevar said straight out, "This is the worst car I ever drove. The worst."
Okay, yeah, let's go to Hocevar. So, all right, he says it's the worst car he's ever had. He rebounds to a top 10, gets him a ninth. Very solid run, I think. But, I don't. Did they show the stuff with him and Elliott?
Oh yeah, the Hurricane was out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think he might have finally crossed his line because he's been messing with everybody but a Hendrick car, and whether that was on him or not, he
Yeah.
finally touched
And
one.
you heard the statement he said about that
Yeah,
too,
that's
didn't
where
you?
I'm going.
Okay.
So I don't know if
What
Connor,
happened?
you heard, but
I don't think I have.
he was racing the door slamming with Elliott, and then he gets on the radio and says, "F him, I don't care who he drives for."
Y'all remember how
Uh-oh.
that worked out for Ross, right?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I think that his mentor might need to give him a little advice there,
Yeah.
and he better listen.
Yeah, and one of the people that actually run NASCAR that with a team, I mean, they're close to it.
Yeah.
He
If
better,
you read half of what's on the internet, Hendricks runs NASCAR, so
he
Yeah.
better be looking for
and
a
he
Ford
definitely
to
has
drive.
control over what they do.
He plays big and tough. I'd love to be a fly on the wall when Rick Hendrick calls him to his office. I bet he won't say it there. He'll say, "I'm sorry." "Yes, sir."
I think it won't be outlandish to see Hocevar not have a good car in the next week or two.
Yeah, he might blow up. Or,
Yeah, he
Yeah.
might back it down a little bit. Because,
I don't know. I mean, if things don't go your way and you get into somebody during the race, whatever. But sometimes your words hurt worse than your actions,
yeah,
and that might be what stings him harder here, doing that.
yeah,
I mean, unfortunately, there's basically three teams that control a lot of what goes on in NASCAR, and you can coddle to them or suffer the consequences.
yeah. He keep going that way, he won't be in NASCAR. I mean, really, if he really wants to push that, he don't have NASCAR. Don't. I mean, they really do for the publicity at this point, but they don't need him. They're gonna get money whether he's there or not.
Yeah.
But he needs them.
So anyhow, yeah, he turned that around after having the worst car he ever drove and just screaming and hollering and crying on the radio. And there's a bunch of them that do that. I'm just a different type of person. I would try to work on making things better for myself when I was out there by explaining what it was doing. But everybody's got different
Oh
personalities.
yeah, and I mean, that seems like the smart thing, but it's probably a little different when you're in there and it's 150 degrees and you're pissed off.
Yeah.
You might just lose your mind. But what about him and Bell getting into it? That was crazy. That was right in front of us pretty much. They just coming in for pit stops and everybody goes to hollering and you hear him get slammed and he's backing up on pit road.
Yeah, there's a little bit more to that. What Bell said, I didn't really appreciate. That basically he said that the other drivers need to give quarter or give room for the playoff drivers. That's the biggest crock.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask about.
Don't say it that way. Say he did something wrong with it, but don't say they got to give us special dispensation because we are the all-stars, we're the best. No, you're all out there racing the same race. Every one of them's trying to win a race or doing the best they can too.
I get that, but I think people are taking Bell stuff out of context because I'm pretty sure that in the full thing he said, I would understand if Hocevar could have gained a spot on pit road, but he caused the caution and was so far back that he was not gaining anything on pit road. So the least he could have done was just, at that moment, just taking a few seconds because it wasn't going to do nothing for him. But he said if he was in the race and could have actually got somewhere on pit road, go right ahead.
No, but he also made the statement that they need to give a little more room or something to playoff drivers.
Yeah,
Don't
but
say
he
it that
said
way.
because Hocevar wasn't going to gain anything on pit road.
That wasn't his excuse. Not the interview I heard. It sounded like he was saying that you need to give me more special room because I'm special.
It's like when I see the news and they take a clip out of context.
I listened to the whole thing. That's what I got out of it, honestly. Was that we're special and
I
y'all
think
got
that's-
to give to us. And I've heard that from other drivers before. Well, we're in the playoffs. Give me some more room. And I'm not saying that was a circumstance then. He worded it wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I disagree, but oh well. Who else? I mean Hendrick. Jeez,
They were there.
kinda.
They showed up.
Not a car.
Did they really show up?
They showed up to the track. I don't mean showed up as in, hey, we're here to put on a show. I mean, they showed up to the track.
Nobody in the top 15. Best car 17th.
Larson ran good for part of the race, but he never ran like anything to challenge for the win.
No.
Bowman just sucked. He might as well
That's
park
one
the
of
car
his
and
worst
went
tracks
fishing.
statistically.
Yeah, but
He's only finished on the lead lap there 2 times. So that's just how he runs there.
Yeah.
But the rest of them usually run good.
yeah, they had no speed,
No.
At least
no short run speed, no long run speed, other than just every once in a while one of them would get in a defense position and hold it for a period of time. But yeah, I'm sure they'll have some serious
No,
meetings
yeah,
there.
they already talked and they said that they were embarrassed and they got work to do.
Yep.
But I'm just worried, which we'll get to this, but their struggle has been flat tracks, and that's next week. So it was kind of like run good here and then suffer next week and then run good at Bristol, but you just killed everything here, and then you're going to go next week and possibly run just about as bad. So we might see at least one, if not 2 Hendrick cars out in the first round, and I wouldn't be shocked with where it is now. So they got a lot of work to do, a lot,
no kidding.
because that was. I'm glad that wasn't my guys for once. Speaking of, he actually had a good car, Kyle Busch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's the most I've seen him pass in months. They had that car rolling and got spun on the first lap, and I figured, okay, here we go again. Let's maybe finish 2 laps down today, and then go green. And in that run, I think he passed 22 cars from the back to the top 15 and kept working at it and got in the top 10. So I would have been curious to see what he could have done if he would have ever been able to get track position instead of having to play from behind all day. But the top 10 is really nice. Maybe that'll give him momentum moving forward. I think there was pictures of him just looking completely upset and defeated and out of it, so I don't know where his head's at, but it was a good run. So maybe they can take that and move forward somewhere.
From where he's been, it was a good run. Yeah, I don't think he was ever a threat to win the race or anything like that. But you got to take steps. Maybe this will be one for him. I hope so.
Yeah.
But his teammate didn't impress.
Well, I can't remember what happened to him, but the first part of the race he was running 7th.
Yeah, he was there at first. He was just kind of, and everybody kind of got in line and just kind of ran there.
Yeah.
To begin with, and I think that's what it was basically. I was following the leader for a little while, and then everybody got racy and things changed.
Yeah, he lost a bunch of track.
And then when everybody got to pushing hard, yeah, he just didn't have what it took.
No, so I don't know what happened there, but I mean, that's just what we expect normally, so that is what it is.
Yeah.
One I didn't expect, Hendrick didn't run great, but Penske didn't do amazing either. Their best car was 12th.
Yeah.
And Blaney had issues, but I mean, he wasn't barely in the top 10 before that anyway. And Logano, they were just terrible.
They were basically middle of the road cars.
Yeah.
Maybe they were scared to drive it in after the first lap, and they saw what their somewhat teammate did.
Yeah. You know that
That was horrible.
That wasn't good.
We're ready for the playoffs. Here we go. I'm done.
Yeah, we
One
had
lap.
just sat in our seats, and they go green, and everybody starts hollering, and I'm having to listen to the radio, and I'm like, are you serious? And then I hear Kyle spun out, and I was like, yay. Went 2 races in a row, and he didn't make it past the first 30 laps in either race. But he did.
He did, and he did all right after that. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
They said that the car bottomed out.
Yeah, he said it was bottoming out 5 or 6 times.
But, they ran a good bit of practice. They should have known what the cars were going to do.
Yeah, they just screwed up.
Yeah.
But
And it was quick, too. The car just snapped around on him all
Yeah.
at once. It wasn't like he fought the car. It was sliding. It just, boom, it was gone.
he came back and got the fastest lap again, though.
Yeah, he did. I wonder, they must be doing something. There's a whole lot of people been out of races, come back and get a fastest lap.
Yeah, just put the qualifying setup in, I guess. I have no clue.
Yeah, but I wouldn't think you could change but just so much after you damage. But whatever got that, maybe they allow. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. But yeah, with Penske having their rough day and everybody else, actually there was not a Chevy or Ford playoff car in the top 10. The only top 10 playoff cars were Toyotas.
Well, Ross was there for a while. He ran up near the front most of the race, but then I don't know what happened there at the end of the last run.
You want me to tell you?
I was told he was saving gas, or that's something I read, but I don't know what happened.
That's what happened. His fuel man didn't fill the car all the way up on the last stop, so he had to save 2 laps of fuel.
Okay, well that would explain it all, because he was always a third or fourth place car for most of the race.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened there. I felt bad for him, but still, I mean, he said, I actually heard him the other Saturday, he said, we've worked so hard to get our Saturdays better so that we can have an easier day on Sundays. And he said, we finally did it. They qualified 6th, got good track position, got to start up there, and they ran up there. But there's the county or whatever right outside of the tracks in McBee, South Carolina. He said, usually by the time we done qualifying and the race go green, I'm trying to catch up through McBee, trying not to get a speeding ticket, getting to the rest of the field, because I'm not even at the racetrack yet.
Well, I don't see how they didn't get him full of fuel, because if you pay much attention to his pit crew, they're typically one of the slower ones out there. There was a good bit of complaining about that from some of his fans on the internet, and every time I watched it, they were at least a few tenths, if not more, slower than everybody else was up front. He'd lose a spot or 2 or 3.
Yeah. But still a solid run, and he comes out, I think, over 21 points above the cut line, so they're doing what they need to do now.
Yeah.
He just keeps chipping away at it the next 2 weeks, and he can have an off week at this point and still be okay. So if they just run decent the next 2 weeks, they'll be in around the 12. I want to give a shout out to Gregson. He got a 14th. That's the first time he's finished in the top 20 since May. So.
Well, you want to talk about some people that did good.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Legacy.
Yep.
3rd and 4th. And AJ finished 5th. I mean, there were some guys up there that, and we know Jones runs good there, but the whole team.
Yeah, he won it twice.
And do you know what they said the whole reason that their team is better now?
How's up?
Because Jimmy Johnson moved back from England.
Oh.
That's what they're saying. He came back and he just turned things around for them. I guess
heard that
he's there full time and helping out.
I've heard that he's gotten to where he goes and sits out in the stands and just watches his cars, no radio or nothing. He just goes and watches as a fan.
Really?
He likes to see them just up there running good.
Well, something's made a difference.
Yeah, it's just them there is like Austin Dillon at Richmond. How does a team, which, let me take that back, it's not, because Legacy's had speed at a bunch of tracks this year. It ain't the first time we've seen them up front. They've gotten more top 5s this year than the rest of their history put together.
Yep.
So they're turning that thing around, but there was just something different about this one, and there always is. And how does one team run mediocre almost every other week, and then you get to one track every year, and they're just about the best car? I don't understand. It's just interesting, but I mean, I think Jones has just said that track just matches with him well, and that happens too, I think, so that's got to be part of it. But I was pulling for him, and John Hunter right there with him. Real good running. Interesting thing is, because Toyota as a whole was up there was 3 different Toyotas in the top 3, and Toyota was the top 6, 7 spots. But
yeah, it's definitely turned into a Toyota track, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
At least for the Cup Series.
Yeah, but I just wonder because Legacy's not affiliated with the rest of Toyota, so
Right.
them running good is not the same as Gibbs and 2311. They're on their own deal there.
Mhm.
So I don't know. It'll
What-
be interesting to see them keep building on that too, because they were rolling, and I wonder if Jones could ever got around Reddick if he might have been able to get Briscoe, because I think he might have been a little better at points.
I think that's what some people were saying was how they think Jones should have won. Yesterday, said he just looked like he had a whole lot of speed, which he did. Could he have caught up to Briscoe? I don't know, but
I mean, they had caught him at the end of that run.
yeah,
They just couldn't get around him. But then,
Yeah.
like Frank, you brought him up, Allmendinger. Just again, it shows why people like Kyle and a couple others have said that AJ Allmendinger is the most underrated driver on that racetrack. He gets so much out of those cars that isn't there. I mean, look at his teammate. And
Yeah.
we go to these tracks where the driver makes a difference, like the mile and a half at Vegas and Homestead, and here, and AJ Allmendinger's running in the top 10, top 5. That's just, he's very impressive. I don't think people give him enough credit.
Yeah. Well.
He told him after the race, he said, 2 crazy things just happened in my life. I just passed Kyle Larson on the outside at Darlington, and Michael Jordan just gave me a pat on the back.
Yeah, I did see that.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of Michael Jordan, I'd like to give a shout out to one of his drivers. I don't think we've really talked about him yet, but Bubba. He had a pretty good day yesterday.
Yeah, and they've always been good at Darlington too, but I mean that just a very, very solid team.
I'm reading something right now that says, which I don't know if y'all know, but Bubba has finished top 10 in the last 5 of 7 races.
Yeah.
So I
they're
mean,
on a run.
it's really heating up for him, and I'm glad to see it. Saw some other stuff from Bubba this week too, stuff that made me laugh. I don't know if y'all saw his interview he did. Thought that was funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
I probably did.
He was talking about them Facebook comments. You know
Yeah,
how
I
people
watched that.
about the white flag.
Yeah.
How could you have this white paper in front of I thought that was funny, but I'm glad things are heating up for him. He seems to come around a lot. I'm by no means a huge fan of Bubba 2311 or whatever, but I'm liking him more and more as time goes by. But I'm glad for him.
Like we've said a bunch recently, he's just different.
Mm-hmm.
Something's changed, but yeah, solid run, and that is their run yesterday is a reason that I think they could definitely make it to the 3rd round, without a doubt.
I think he'll make it past this round. I don't know about the 3rd round though. His competition's kind of steep, but the way some of these other cars have been running,
It is, but I mean,
I could see it happening.
he outran at least
Sorry about
11 or 12 playoff guys yesterday.
Yeah, there
Yep.
was a lot of them sucked it up pretty bad yesterday. So it wouldn't take a whole lot. There were a whole lot of mediocre teams that would have beat them had they been in.
Yeah. Speaking of those interviews, did y'all see the one that Briscoe did that day?
I think I saw it, but I don't remember what he said.
Well, apparently back in the day, he used to be Christopher Bell's PR guy / spotter / everything. So Bell couldn't even outrun his own PR guy.
Huh.
I thought that was just embarrassing.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, but Briscoe was pretty cool. He went on the teardown after the race with them and co-hosted for a little while. They ain't never had somebody do that, so that was cool.
Yeah.
But I guess we said he was good, but I mean, that was truly a career day for them, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
What, 309 laps out of 367. First time that's been done since Bobby Allison in 1971. He led just as many laps yesterday as he has for the rest of the year put together. His first ever multi-win season. And I think that team has a lot of potential because, I mean, we go back since they've won at Pocono, and it's been these 2 wins, second here, second there, second here, second there, and then just a couple other runs. Maybe they weren't, but they've been up front a lot more than they haven't been recently.
I guess the question is, though, is it him there or is it the team there? Because he's done well in a different car.
I think it's both, because, I mean, that team
Yeah,
has
the
done well
combination.
there.
Yeah.
Truex used to smoke them at Darlington, too.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess, you got a little combination going on there that worked out well for him.
Yeah.
Now if they can figure out a little bit more long run speed, they'll just be where Gordon was at Pearson or some of them back in the day, just owning the track.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, because he done won two of them in a row at the Southern 500. And they keep bringing that speed back, and he might win 2 more.
Yep. Wouldn't be hard to see.
No.
If he does, good for him. He seems like a pretty good egg.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I had anybody up. How about Denny's comeback? I mean,
Yep.
they were one of those teams that got thrown way in the back, 25th or so, with Byron and Blaney and all of them guys, and they were the only one that really recovered.
Yeah, it really looked like some people were going out of their way to have problems on pit road. There was so many of them that got problems. I think you had Bowman, Denny, Bubba, Hocevar, Bell, Blaney, Byron. I don't know who else, but there was a ton of them that had issues on pit road that usually are top tier teams, and you don't see very much problems. But
Yeah, I was literally on that pit cycle that he came down, and I think he was second or third or whatever, and I was like, well, Denny's probably about to come off first here because he's got the best crew and he's got the best pit box. And then he goes back, and I was like, dang, they actually just messed up.
yeah,
Which, I guess, if we go back, they screwed up at Richmond and dropped him off the jack a couple times. So that team's fumbling right now. They got to get their head back in the game.
yeah. Well, they weren't the only ones, but yeah,
No.
that's costing a lot of drivers a lot of positions on the track.
Yeah, and even though people came through the field, still, I mean, track position is king. And like Byron, who lost spots, and even Brisco said he was terrified every time he came down pit road because he said even with his car, if he had gotten dropped back to 10th, he wasn't driving back through. He said, I wouldn't have been able to. So.
But I guess what else they had here too, though, they had the tire fall off,
Yeah.
which makes the race better.
Yeah, they gave him too many sets of tires this week.
I don't think you can never have enough sets of tires. You're racing with the big boys. Give them all they want.
Yeah.
I don't care if they change them every third lap.
But
This is the big time.
that's why Richmond was so good, because they didn't have enough sets. They were having to save their tires and not
I don't
run
care.
them.
I don't care. It changes with people's positions when they pit, don't pit, who has speed, who don't. So let them. We're not racing a dirt track Saturday night. These are the big boys with the big money. Give them tires.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they should give them horsepower and a lot of other things
Yeah,
too.
no, I'm going to disagree on that, because I think if they got too many tires and they're just going to run them all out, they don't need to save them, so it don't matter.
But they're still going to wear out. You can't just come in every third lap and get tires. You'll get lapped. I mean, you got to run it till either there's a caution or either they're just so wore out everybody's got a pit. I don't think if you gave them more sets, it would change the amount of times anybody pits. Maybe once or twice throughout a whole race.
Yeah, but, I mean, when you only pit a few times in a race, once or twice is a lot. That's what had guys deciding whether they'd split the stage in thirds or halves, because they wanted to save a set of tires.
I guess that's just a difference of opinion. I think when you're in the big leagues, you get what you need.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hamstring them, and I think that's what that's doing by saying no, you can't have but this many tires. We run this show. Just the way I see it. But
What do you think, Connor?
Well, I think it creates a sense of drama when they don't have enough. I think back to that Bristol race from last year when those tires really wore off. And they were all thinking about, well, what are we going to do? Because we only had so many sets of tires, and I think it added a lot of suspense to it. So, I mean, I think it's good to limit the amount.
I agree with you. It creates it. You shouldn't be creating things in these races.
That's true too.
I guess that would be more to my point. You don't want to create something in a race.
Yeah.
That's like the way they restrict them on how they can fix the cars and all, man. They used to change engines or whatever they need to do. If your car's broke, put it in there, fix it, get back out and race. Don't tell them you can't do this, you can't do that. They're hamstringing who's supposed to be the best in the biggest series in the world as far as stock cars go. They've ruled them to death. They've made so many rules. They've ruled the divisions to death.
Yeah, well, I think tires is just strategy. That's all that is. But oh well.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to agree on it. We've got our differences of opinion.
Yeah. Well, so with the good days and the bad days and all that, we had people like Reddick came in under the line, and now I think he's plus 35. So he had a good day, points wise, and but it's still really close. The 9th through 16th, the second half, last 8 guys. There's only 28 points between them, so there's a lot that can happen here. Cindric, he's 9th, plus 12. Bells, plus 11. Elliott, 9. Shane Gisberg gave away his whole gap. He's only plus 3, so I think he's out of luck, but we'll see. Logano, minus 3. Dillon, minus 3. Bowman and Barry are both minus 19. So, do y'all think Shane's kind of out of luck too there? With only 3 points over the next 2 weeks now?
Yeah. I don't see him making it into the next round. He might. I don't think he's particularly great on flat tracks either.
Well, he said the other day he couldn't even point to St. Louis on a map. He said, I have no clue where we're going next week.
Yeah.
Never seen it. And then he struggled mightily at Bristol last time. So he said he'd rather be going backwards there, turning right. So
I just think the way the schedule's laid out right now, it's not doing them any favors where they're going.
I think if that strategy would have worked out the other night and he would have got about 10 or 15 more spots, might still have a shot, but with that, I think that killed it for him.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking he's out, but how about the guys that are the furthest out, Bowman and Barry, minus 19? You think either one of them's going to come back?
No.
No.
I think they both done got in their heads now that they're losers.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I saw some people thinking that Barry's going to come back because Penske's good at the flat track next week, and he's a short track guy at Bristol. But I mean,
maybe they will, but it's going to have to be a whole lot of attitude change for them.
Yeah.
Especially with Bowman, he's I don't know. Just listening to his radio conversations and all, I think.
I've seen a lot of people saying that his crew chief is an idiot, just like Chase is. So,
There's just a whole lot of softness there. Is the only way I know to put it. Pull your damn britches up and get after it.
Yeah.
Quit whining about how the day's going and get busy working at it.
Yeah, that's true.
Hate to say it, but I mean, that's
So
your job. That's your job. Get after it.
If Shane's going out and them 2 ain't coming back, that means we already got 3 that we think ain't returning.
I mean, there's a whole lot of variables there, just like the days that a lot of them had yesterday that really sucked it up that shouldn't have, that are, supposed to be the top 16 in the field. And some of them even supposed to be better than that, top 10 or better. And they look
Looking
like
at
rookies
these
out
bottom
there.
8, I'm thinking that with this flat track, Cindric's going to clear himself through. I think Bell's going to get through. And I think Logano's, he can make that back up. I think he'll be all right. But I'm thinking Elliott might get knocked out. He's only plus 9. They've never ran good at this Gateway next week.
Yeah.
And then there's no telling how Bristol will go. So I think Elliott might get knocked out. I would not be surprised. That's my big prediction right now.
We'll see.
Yeah.
No clue.
Well, Is that it for the Cup race? Y'all got something else?
I'm out.
Oh, I wanted to say one of the guys we've talked real good about, he showed his tail this week just for a minute there, taking Cody Ware out. Ryan Priest just flat ass drove over Cody Ware, and there was no sense in it.
Oh, yeah.
I heard they said he wrecked him, but that's all they said.
He just drove over him, drove right over top of the back of his car. I mean, watch it several
Where
times.
at on the track?
Huh?
Where at?
It was about 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning when I was watching it, so I'm trying to think. I'm pretty certain it was on the straightaway, but I mean, it wasn't like I watched it. Cody Ware didn't check up or slam the brakes in front of him. He just came with a whole lot greater rate of speed and ran into him.
Because I just remembered Priest's brakes were going out at the end of the race, so I didn't know that could have played a factor in it because he was losing his brakes. And I just remembered that because that's why he fell back on the board because he was running top 10 and he finished like 16.
If you know your brakes going out, you just don't come that hard behind somebody.
No,
He screwed up. He needs to own that one.
Curious if that was like in the corner or something.
Yeah.
But no, if it was on the straightaway, I don't know. But yeah, that's interesting. No clue.
And usually he's one of the more clean drivers, but he messed up then. That was a bad look for him.
Yeah.
But hopefully he don't do it again and they can move on.
Yeah.
But you take out somebody that don't have a whole lot of money or sponsorship or whatever, that don't look good on you.
No.
I mean, I realize sometimes there's a big difference in the rate of speed, but there really wasn't then. He messed up.
Maybe Arby's got his order wrong the other day. I don't know.
But yeah, all in all, I was very pleased with watching the race.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not pleased with what happened with my man at the end, but c'est la vie. Sometimes it works that way.
I just like that they made a big deal out of it. All week and all I was hearing everywhere I went was how big of a deal this Southern 500 was. It's Darlington. It's the best track. It's the hardest track. The toughest. You can't tame this track. Everybody's gonna have an issue, and you just got to do your best. And I mean, everybody was just talking it up like it's a crown jewel, and I don't feel like they do that for them anymore.
And I don't think that Goodyear can build a tire that'll hold up at that track. Honestly.
Yeah.
That is a rough track. I don't know. I know you can't see it, but even now, and I saw it when I went there and watched the race before, but you can see the tires literally spinning and leaving black marks coming off the corner. It's just impressive, and I'm pretty sure I saw some of that where it looked like some of them were spinning and you could see them hazing the tires a little bit, even with these low horsepower engines.
Yeah.
But back when they had real horsepower, buddy, they would just be boiling the tires off the corner as they would wear.
Well, do we want to stick with track and go to trucks, or we want to go to Xfinity?
Either or, it doesn't matter to me.
All right, I guess we can go in series order.
Okay.
So let's move on to Portland. First off, Portland's cool and all, but why aren't we at Darlington? Second.
Well, Connor got to get him another win.
Yeah. He said it hurt so good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
Apparently that's a Dale Earnhardt quote. He said that's what Earnhardt said when his collarbone was broke one time.
Well,
So that was pretty cool. They're already selling T-shirts for that, so go get you one.
I'll pass.
But
I'm good.
how about him? He's won the last 6, 7 races.
6, 7, 8, yeah. 9, 10, 7.
6 out of 7, 7 out of 10.
God.
13 top 5s in a row for an average finish of second, which is not the record for either one.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch has an average of 1.92, and the top 15 longest streak was 15 with Sam Ard. So he got a couple more to go. But dang, he almost had a perfect race if that caution wouldn't have came out at the end. Led every lap, won both stages, and then it happened. Did y'all see the end of that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the first restart, what What happened there? I guess Sawalich decided that he just had to win.
Apparently, he watched an old video where Ross Chastain started the race and decided he was just going to beat everybody through the corner on the first lap.
Yeah.
And said, I'm going to do the same thing here because that was a bonehead move. There was no chance in the world he was getting through there. Bad look for you, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really was.
Yeah, it was not great. And then I mean, it wasn't his only time he screwed up. I don't
No,
know.
he was rough. Hill was rough again. Not as bad as he's been being, but he was rough.
Yeah.
And Swalich, he kind of changed the whole outlook on the whole series by pulling that move because Allgaier still had a chance. And I think after that, he's pretty much done for with the regular season.
Everything I read said that Allgaier got spun by his teammate again. They said.
Well, I mean, that's what started it, though.
Yeah.
Swalich one started when everybody started beating and everybody was having to check up and make moves and all that. Yeah, he did get spun by his teammate, but I think it was a product
Yeah.
of that.
Either way, how many times has that happened this year now?
Yeah,
I feel
that's
terrible
yeah.
for Allgaier. I mean, every other week.
Yeah.
Spun by Zilish at Iowa, I think. Spun by Quapple here. Spun by Larson a couple times.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, he'd probably have 80 or 100 more points if it hadn't been for his teammates.
Yeah. He ain't even other cars. But dang, that's just rough for him. And how about with all the chaos, he recovered to a top 15 still. So I mean, it was a good recovery, but I think he's down by 20 points.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think the nail's in the coffin there as far as who's going to get the regular season and probably who's going to get the championship too. To be honest.
Yeah, we'll see there. I mean, we had plenty of people win 10 races and not get the championship and cup, so you never know. Heim and Zilish actually both this weekend won their 8th races of the year, and they both won their 3rd in a row.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
Heim had a little tougher time about it.
Yeah. We'll get to trucks. I want to give a shout out to Jordan Anderson Racing and Xfinity, a very smaller team with a lot less funding, like a Cody Ware or something like that. All 3 of their cars, 7, 8, 9, top 10, first time ever. I thought that was really cool. And then, what about the last restart? Because everybody on the internet is pissed that Connor Zilish didn't take the first corner and saying that he should have been penalized, that he didn't win that race the right way.
He did. He served the penalty as NASCAR directed them to serve it.
Yeah.
He did exactly what he said, which honestly looked like it was almost faster.
Yeah, that's what everybody said.
Oh, well, that's what they told you to do. He did it. He did what he was told to do.
He said, hate the game, not the player.
Because I almost thought he did it on purpose.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because he did it before that, and he did it again, and it was pretty daggum quick through there.
A bunch of people said he just had a better racing IQ, and he knew he'd go through there and not get taken out like everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked. And from what I heard, nobody really took the corner. Everybody behind him.
Oh no, they were sliding and slipping and beating and banging.
Yeah, and there was 4 or 5 cars I think that took the same thing he did, but then just cut the corner completely and didn't even come back the proper way, as NASCAR put it. So they really should have got the penalty, and nobody got a penalty at all. So I think NASCAR just gave up managing that at the end. Well,
apparently they were having issues trying to figure out what to do in that corner.
Yeah.
And the solution they came up with, I don't think they were 100% comfortable with. So, yeah, they probably did just give a little leeway there and not say much. But it's the same as so many other races. So you get down to the end and you got 2 or 3 or 17 drivers that decide, hey, I'm going to win this race now.
Yeah.
After not being competitive all day long.
They're still trying to get in the playoffs, so a lot of those guys really still need to win for that.
And it winds up costing a whole bunch of other drivers.
Yep. How about, I know Sawalich was being wild, but was Sanchez, Nick Sanchez, what was he doing? Because I heard he had a bunch of conversations with people after the race.
Yeah, he beat his way through a few people too.
Did you hear his interview?
No, I didn't hear that.
I found it very interesting because he got on the mic and said straight up, I don't care if I ruffle feathers because I need to win. These guys can dish it out, but they can't take it. So I don't want to hear it because I hate hypocrites.
Okay. Good for him.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty bold, but
Don't be the new Austin Hill.
no.
He probably wishes somebody would be about this point. And he was rough too, though. Again, not as bad as, like I say, some of the other races, but man,
Well, I think
take a week off from beating on some,
their strategy is they know they aren't getting playoff points anymore, so their goal is to keep everybody else from getting them.
That's what they were talking about on television. Maybe
Yeah.
it is, but if it is, that's a bad strategy. I mean, look here, when you get into the playoffs, just do good then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy enough to make some up, win races. You guaranteed to go forward.
Yeah.
They got fast cars.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Drive smooth, run good, and win some races, and you'll move right on.
Yep. And the only other thing I wanted to mention with them is we had the SVG experiment. He came over here and been smoking them, but they had 2 supercar guys in that race, and they've been bringing them over. And none of them guys have been able to get to the front, so I think we need to quit saying that Shane's just good because that's what he comes from, because everybody else is coming from the same thing and ain't doing it like him. So I think Shane's just good. But I guess that don't really matter. But they had a supercar guy in a Joe Gibbs car Saturday, and he did get up to third by the end of the race, but Shane would have been half a lap ahead, I think. So, I mean, he won his first Cup race.
Yeah.
In a not Gibbs car, definitely. So,
Right.
I don't know. I think he just might be a
No,
good.
he's just a phenom, that's
Yeah.
all.
There's not much safe for them getting into the playoffs, though. There's pretty big gaps in everything in their point system, so it's just must win to get in, pretty much.
Well, we're at 31, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that means Harrison pretty much just needs to finish the race, I think.
Yeah. And if he logs it out like he's been doing every week, just like this week, it didn't look good for him for a while, but he come back to what, like a 15th or something.
I'm not sure, but
I think he finished about 15th. I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but
12th.
yeah, he huh?
12.
12th? Okay, so even better. He just kept on and on and on until he got
Yeah.
a decent finish. I don't think any stage points. Jeb wound up getting a little bit, 10 more
Yeah.
points than him or something, but
5.
I think he'll. I think you're right. It'll pretty much stay like it is.
Yep.
Zilich will win. What? How many races they got left?
Wouldn't it be 10?
9.
Or 11, wouldn't it? Because they still ain't even started the playoffs.
Let's see.
Or no, is it 8?
I think it's 8 and 1. So I think they're at 9 too. But either way,
8
he'll win
left in the
7 or
season.
8 of those. So you don't
Maybe
have
6
to.
or 7.
Yeah, 6, 7 races.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, the truck race. Front row on the front row, as we said. Front row did not stay on the front row. Because, dang, their playoff drivers had just about as rough of a time as the Cup boys. So, they were all blowing tires. They had 5 or 6 people blow tires in the start of that race, including Chandler Smith, Caden Honeycutt, Tom Majeski, and at that point they had Ross in the booth, and Ross says, these guys are blowing tires so spread apart that it's not the tire. There's got to be something on the track cutting them down. Why? So I'm wondering could they not throw a caution and get the debris off the track? Once you got 5 guys that done blew a tire and ruined their race.
It's not their tires. They done sold them to them. They don't care at that point.
No, but it's their race.
No, you're right. They should have at least went and inspected and find out what was going on.
Yeah, because I mean,
That was
after
a
the
little
stage caution, I think they cleaned up and they didn't really have any more issues until Lane Riggs cut him another one down and threw the race away. But how did that one happen? I was curious if you knew.
No, I don't. I just know that he had a good race. Yeah, a good race going, and things just didn't go his way. But he still earned 39 points. It wasn't a horrible day for him.
Yeah, no, he came out good, but
yeah, he was able to, even when Heim was ahead, he was able to catch back and outrun him. So
Heim's done won 3 in a row, and I think all 3 of them he shouldn't have won, probably. So he's getting a lot of these wins back that he lost earlier in the year. Because I think this was Riggs' race to lose.
Yeah.
Until that tire went down.
But that's the other side of it too. You like we talked about the last few weeks with the Truck Series. We've got some teams now that have stepped it up and they're closer to Heim. So he should wind up being the man at the end of the year. But he's not a shoe-in now, I don't think.
No, definitely not. He's got some work to do. But I want to give a shout out. Timmy Hill. I'm sure if anybody's watched racing in the last however many years, you've seen that name. 10 laps down, dead last, just doing his best with what he's got. He finished 8th in the truck race. Straight up, just drove.
Yeah.
I was very impressed. And I'm real happy for him because he's been out there for as long as I can remember.
Yeah, and he drives any division he can get a ride in.
Yeah. So
and in some stuff that some drivers probably wouldn't even want to sit in.
Yeah. So that was really, really cool, I thought. And then I just thought I'd get a shout out to Corey LaJoy. Got that truck to the top 5 and gets a restart violation from his people at NASCAR. And he went right on the internet and said, "We have a bunch of geniuses in race control making bogus calls." So I guess they might defund his NASCAR podcast now, but
at least he's not suing them.
yeah.
Yeah.
At least he still speaks his mind, I guess. He ain't scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him.
But
I don't think there's nothing wrong with them saying things against NASCAR. I mean,
no.
They know they're not perfect. I hope they know they're not perfect because they definitely aren't. I know they have a lot going on and they have a lot to run, but
Yeah.
they should be able to listen to some criticism here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just, like we were saying to begin with, Grant Enfinger ain't been amazing this year, but we always said he finds a way. And he found a way so far. Got him a solid top 5. Bunch of points. Now he's above the line.
Yeah, that seems to be their way of doing business.
Yeah.
Yep.
Show up when it counts.
But now we got, I think, 2 of the better drivers, Chandler Smith and Caden Honeycutt, -2 and -7. So that'll be interesting to see their next couple weeks. And I really hope Caden gets back in because I think he deserves it. And I'd like to see Stewart's truck make it with all the stuff Stewart's going through.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it for the trucks.
Got to give a shout out to Butterbean.
Yeah, that's where we're going. Shout out to Butterbean for winning on dirt. What's that? Win number 6 on the year, I believe.
He's won them all in my heart.
Yeah. And that's about all I got for their race because it was just about during the Darlington race. But Arca West on Friday, Sawalich again. He got into it with Thomas Annunziata. Did you see that first?
I think there was a little push me, shove you going on there, though.
There was, and I don't have.
I didn't want to throw Swallows under the bus on that one because apparently he got roughed up pretty
Yeah,
good.
Thomas knocked him out the way to get the lead.
And I wasn't able to watch the race, but I did listen to it.
Yeah, Annunziata, he knocked him out the way to get the lead, but
He punted Annunziata when he got to him. It was more than just a push.
I'd say so because when he got the lead, he came across the line and had like a 7-second lead.
Yeah.
So he didn't just move him. And I understand that Annunziata moved him, but I mean, like we've said a million times, you're running a Joe Gibbs car in an ARCA race. Come on. But whatever.
Yeah.
And shout out.
That's a way of racing now, though. If you go on the internet and start looking and scrolling through all the races, the different racetracks and all that, apparently that's the way the younger guys race now.
Yeah.
That seems
That's
to
how
be
they
the way
race.
they're brought up. Is well, as long as I'm close enough to knock you out of the way and win the race, then it's good.
A win's a win. I guess.
Win's a win till you run up on that one old bulldog out there that
Yeah.
don't like that.
Austin Hill will get you one day.
Yeah, Jimmy Spencer, somebody like that out there. You go ahead and run up on one of them guys and tell him, win's a win.
Yeah.
Get up, boy. You ain't hurt.
But I want to give a shout out too. We had Greg Biffle back in the race. No old Biff.
That's right. He was out there racing, wasn't he?
I think he got a top 5 or a 6.
Yeah, he was right up around there. I don't know who he was driving
Yeah,
for. I
I
never
think it
did
was
hear
an
that.
amazing car. So that was impressive.
But he's showing up more. He's hanging out some with Cletus and all that, so he's getting around
Yeah,
racing, back around racing a little more. It was good to see.
I think he's going to try to run a couple more. We got Cletus running Bristol in a couple weeks, so the boys are coming back. But all right, can we do some yellow tape takes?
Yes.
Shoot, yes.
All right, y'all got one?
I got nothing.
You got nothing.
Nope. I'm just content to sit back this week, taking it easy on my
Well,
board.
going back to what we talked about is Hendricks in trouble right now?
Yes.
As a whole team, are they in trouble?
Yep.
What's wrong with them?
Honestly,
They
I
just
don't
seem
know.
to be across the board. I think they're lacking speed. They're not getting.
I mean, Larson had his good early season, and then he went down. And I don't think any of the drivers really have had a fantastic season. Elliott's had a good season.
No, but as of late,
think-
more
No,
recently,
I
it's
mean,
gotten
Byron
worse.
was
I
the
think.
regular season champion.
Well, I know that, but I just mean like just in general, you just
Yeah, but here more
They'd have
recently,
a
it,
few
seems,
good
it
races.
seems like things have gone downhill for him. Chase was always your
Top 20 guy.
top
Yeah,
20
top
guy,
20.
make a 15th or a 10th or whatever. But it's gotten worse for him.
Yeah, I think
Larson
they're in
is
trouble.
not, Larson has not got the speed by no means. He just
no.
he's off a complete tick from where he was.
Yeah.
As far as being a front runner, he's not even considered a front runner. I don't think they keep showing him up on the odds of being a favorite. I don't think he's even close to a favorite at this point.
No. And somebody finally asked me the other day if his Indy stuff had any impact.
That's the whole team though.
I know, but I was just saying we had been asking that a while back, and he said that he'd like to say not, but I mean that's where it all started. So I mean, what can he
And
say?
I think that's just coincidence because it's across the board that. And
I don't know, because even he said he struggled in sprint car for a while after that. He said his dirt stuff went downhill too.
I mean, you don't get in a different car and forget how to drive. Maybe something else changed, but
No, but I mean, he's way far from the guy that was in the greatest driver in the world conversation a year ago. So
oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's something missing. So I don't know. Yeah, I think they're in trouble though. I got one. I don't know how big of a deal it is, and I don't know all the information, so I might be wrong here. But I think there was somebody like Sieg and a couple others in the Xfinity race. Portland's different kind of track. They have controlled stops. You just come in and pit. They set a timer, and when it's done, you come off wherever you came on. But they busted guys for too fast on pit road. Why does it matter? It's controlled pit stops.
you're in Portland. That's the best answer I can come up with.
If you're in controlled stops where you come on in the same spot that you go off on the same spot, why does it matter what speed you're going?
You're in Portland. They might get you for hurting a butterfly there. You don't know, man. It's just where you are.
That was just weird to me. How are you going to speed when you know your spot's not changing?
Yeah. Yeah, you can't pick nothing up. There's nothing to be gained or lost from it.
Yeah.
So yeah, what difference does it make?
So I disagree with that even being a penalty that you can get in that race.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to come in an extra 80 miles an hour and run
No.
over somebody.
No.
But yeah, just to penalize somebody for bumping the line, it's no big deal. But they did.
And did you have another one you wanted to do?
Yeah, I'm just curious, and we bumped on this earlier as well. But do we now think that Brisco is a contender for the
Oh,
championship?
I've had him as a
For the
Final Four
championship.
conversation.
Okay.
I don't remember if he's in my Final Four picks, but if he's not, he's my Final Five for sure.
I think I had him making it almost to the round before the round before to the round of 8, but I still don't think he's. I don't know that he's gonna make it beyond that.
Yeah, I could see it happening, but I don't think it's.
You don't think he's done enough as of late to prove it?
No.
Why don't you go on there and look up Chase Brisco NASCAR 2025 finishes. It should take you to a page with his finishes. I want to hear his finishes from Pocono to now. I'm just curious because I feel like they've been on a pretty good run ever since then.
Like
it's been kind of underrated. Yeah, it should be somewhere.
Last playoff stats. Why is it giving driver stats? There we go. You said from Pocono?
Yeah, Pocono to now.
So finishing position at Pocono.
That's when he won. So
he won Pocono, came in 35th at Atlanta, but he got caught up in that wreck.
That big wreck, yeah.
23rd at Chicago.
All right, that's a road course.
Second at Sonoma, and then second at Dover. So 2 back-to-back runner-ups. 18 at Indy.
Not good.
2 at Iowa.
Another second.
5 at Watkins Glen, which is good for them on a road course. 13 at Richmond. And then 23rd last week. And then now this week he wins. So he's had good finishes.
Yeah.
3 top
2 wins, 3 seconds, a 5th, and then like 4 bad races.
Yeah.
So that potential is there, it looks like. They just got to put it together, I think. And I'll be curious to see where that team is another year or 2 down the road when they're really clicking. Because, I mean, it's a new team.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the first year.
Yeah, but I think there's a whole lot to be said for going out there and busting off your win first race of the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think that gives you more motivation and more drive. Makes the team feel better about themselves. Hey, we're in charge right now.
Yeah.
And he's with a good team, a proven team for sure. I mean,
again, gets in a Gibbs car and's already won 2 races in his first 20-something starts, while Ty Gibbs 3 years, no win. You're getting outdone. That's all I can
he's
say.
looking at ownership.
Yeah.
He don't need to win races. He's going to own the team.
But I got another take.
Hey, wait a minute. I know you didn't see it, but did y'all see the little thing about where they had a picture of Chase Brisco there in Victory Lane, and he said, here's Chase Brisco with his son Ty Gibbs. They had Brisco's kid was standing up on top of the car next to him.
No.
Little 6-year-old kid, whatever he is, 4 years old. Somebody made a little meme. That was just, I had to scroll back to that one. That was funny. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it just hit my mind when I thought about that.
His son,
Yeah.
I was there was another one, speaking of Priest from earlier, he did an interview with Kenny Wallace this week. I didn't realize if you go look on his X page, his thing says he's an astronaut. Because after he flew to the moon so many times at Daytona flipping.
Oh, yeah.
People made memes and put his face on an astronaut.
Huh.
So that's what his says he is now.
Yeah, I think he's a great guy. He just, like I say, he made a move this week I wasn't really appreciative of. But yeah, he seemed like I think he is what they call a racer.
Yeah, he's a real racer.
Yeah. He races for the joy of racing.
And apparently his wife, the year he won
Yep, there it is. Kind of showing me the picture.
The year he won a modified championship, his wife won the Rookie of the Year. So he said being married to a racer don't make his life no easier because she'll call him out in a heartbeat when he screws up.
Yeah, but it makes it easier on Friday and Saturday night when you want to go to the races now, don't it?
But I bet she might have told him what she thought about the Cody Ware incident. So.
Oh, probably.
Maybe.
But anyway, so my take, something Junior talked about, he actually did an interview with Brisco this week on his podcast, so timely. But they were talking about just interesting changes we could make at an all-star race or something like that, and stuff that other series have tried. And he says that we should do an all-star race where we have all 3 series on the track at one time, Truck, Xfinity, and Cup. Or maybe we should try like a 6-hour endurance race with all 3 of them at Daytona Road Course. What y'all think about that?
Heck yeah.
I've always in my mind just wanted to have those cars on a track together just to see the difference in speed for real. Because I thought it would be cool. So I'm going to say do it.
But
I think it would be an embarrassment for NASCAR.
I think they would.
Yeah, because the other series will be a lot closer than people realize.
Outrun them, probably.
Show how bad the next gen car really is.
I don't know, because when he was talking to Brisco about it, Brisco said they actually tested with Xfinity and Truck at one of the tracks one time, and he said that it was just crazy because of some of the closing rates, and he said that the air behind an Xfinity car was way different, so it was real interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work out. There's got to be a big difference in that.
And then they started talking, they said, how about for the lineup, let's invert them so all the Cup cars are at the back.
Trucks at the front. Throw in the ARCA cars too. Just throw in the ARCA.
Well, ARCA cars are just old Cup cars.
I know, that's what
yeah.
I'm saying. Just throw the ARCA. Let Butterbean run out there with them boys and Cletus. Just why not?
I mean, it's an all-star show. Make it fun.
That's not. You take like the top 4 drivers, 4, 5, maybe even 6, 7
Let's see
drivers
how
from every series.
quick Corey Haim's truck really is.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh. Take.
So y'all say try it or not?
I say try
I
it.
say yeah.
I say go for it. I think that
They
you
tried
want to
to-
get viewership up. You want to sell tickets to a race. That's the way to do it right there.
They've
Tell
tried
'em.
enough other stuff. Go ahead and give that a shot.
Yeah.
But that's all I got for takes. If y'all got any others, are we good?
I think that was about it. I had a couple other little things, but I think we pretty much covered everything to do with it.
All right. So let's go ahead into the track back for last week's news. I guess I'll say the minor stuff real fast, and then we can get to the court situation, because, oh boy, I don't
Heating
know
up.
how much, spicy, as Bob Parker said.
He said, she said.
It got interesting, but, minor news, couple things. Dang, I'm still trying to get to it. Alright, Justin Haley is potentially in talks of getting replaced by Suarez or Stenhouse in the 7 car for Spire next year. So, I find that a little interesting.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see Stenhouse in a Spire car,
Yeah.
because I don't know that he's ever had a decent ride, and they've had speed at places this year. But that, and then we've talked about him. There is no man in this world. I mean, there is, but there's no man in this world with worse luck than Frankie Muniz.
Mm-hmm.
Suffered a distal radius fracture in his wrist.
Fell.
And, yeah, don't get the race. I mean,
He fell off a ladder, didn't he?
I don't know.
I think that's what happened. What I read was he had fallen off a ladder. At least he didn't fall. We know he didn't fall out of a race car when he getting out after winning the race. We do know that.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel
Oh,
so
speaking
bad.
of that, did you see what Zilich did when he got out of his car?
Yeah.
He carefully climbed up there.
Put his window net back inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor old Frankie Muniz. But
Yeah.
I'm assuming his sponsor's hanging around and he'll be back.
He'll be back eventually
Yeah.
once
I
that
hope so.
heals.
I mean, he doesn't run very well in most races, but the man loves the sport. You know, you see it in every interview he does. So I like it when people, you know, they might just be field fillers, but he loves what he does. So.
Yeah. Well, all right. So court, I got a bunch of stuff here. I guess we'll just start and see where we end up. How much did y'all see of it this week?
You know what? I don't even watch it. If something happens to pop up, I look at it, but I try my best not to follow it because I think it's so damning for the sport, the whole thing.
Yeah.
But if
Well-
if I just happen to see something, I'll glance over it.
You're about to hear all about it.
Go ahead.
All right. So I guess where we started, the judge told them that if NASCAR loses this case, that he can do pretty much anything, and that will be probably making NASCAR sell their tracks and completely change their charter system. And he said that it will look a whole lot different. But he told him either way, if either one of y'all think y'all are guaranteed to win this in December, think again, because you're wrong. And there was a bunch of going back and forth and calling each other liars in the room and all that. And he told him, I find it entertaining, but y'all better learn about a Charlotte jury, because they're not playing with that. So y'all better straighten up. And anyway, there was some stuff. NASCAR, they said that these teams could go and create their own racing series, and the judge brought up that the teams have said that NASCAR has made that impossible to do.
Yeah, when you own all the tracks, it's kind of difficult, isn't it?
Yeah. And then there was an interesting, because they brought out text message receipts and emails and all from both sides.
I did see a little bit about that.
Yeah, so somebody with NASCAR, Scott Prime, he got it. There's a message he got posted for sending. It said, "We have all the leverage, and the teams will almost have to sign whatever terms we put in front of them." And another guy from NASCAR, Steve Phelps, just said, "Give them the charters and pick a date. Tell them that they can sign it or lose their charters." And let's see. All the executives were having a conversation, and it basically came down to say, let's offer them a little bit of money, but they won't get what they're asking for. And to their defense, one of the presidents said that the deal was insanity and had 0 wins for the team, and that the deal they were pitching was the way he put it was an old 1996 F the team's dictatorship redneck southern tiny sport deal. So there's that. NASCAR got busted out because the tracks they don't have are owned by Speedway Motor Sports Inc. or whatever, SMI. And they got busted out for trying to eliminate their competition by locking up SMI and entering an agreement with their contract that said that SMI could not have any competitive events with NASCAR at their tracks that would conflict. And the teams brought up some stuff about some golden rules that were something about a plan that NASCAR has to eliminate the teams by owning everything in the sport, like how now they own the intellectual property of the cars themselves that they've never done before, and that they are trying to get rid of the risk of having any other copycat series. There was stuff from the other side with Denny Hamlin being called out for saying that he despises the France family deeply, and he said he didn't know what the investment strategy was for their team, and 2311 president came back and said that they needed to do long term and wait on Jim France to die. So, and also Michael Jordan, there's a message where he called Joe Gibbs some not nice names for signing the charters, and also said all the other teams were
I saw that.
not nice words for not standing with 2311, and that they would regret it.
But Jordan also said he was going to spend the money it takes to do this.
Yeah, he said he's
He's
going
not
down.
holding back.
He said he's going down with the fire if it burns.
And he's got the money to do it. He'll put it.
Yeah, I just
Oh, he's got a steady stream of income. Yeah, money's not the issue here. You hear the racers say it all the time. Money's no issue. Well, it ain't here.
Oh no!
Yeah, he's
Not with
got
all
it.
them shoes he sells and all that.
No.
the big thing with him and just in general with this is like their attorney came out and said 2311. They said that they did make a profit last year, but that 75% of the teams in the sport did not. And they're trying to make this better for everybody, not just
As
them.
it should be. That's what I've
Yeah.
been saying. NASCAR is a bully. They always have been. Big Bill France was a bully. Little Bill France was a bully. They've always, this is my show. I'm going to do what I want to do, and you're going to follow, or you can't race here. It is. They're right. They're absolutely right. It is. But if somebody had to build something competitive and ran it fair and square, they wouldn't be around.
Yeah. So I mean, how can you hate on them for trying to make it better for these guys? I mean,
Well, Hendricks is ate up with money. Penske's ate up with money. Most of these guys are ate up. If they lose 20, 30, 40 million dollars a year, so what? La-di-da. That's the problem.
yeah. Because that was this insane number. It says just to cover all the team's costs and their what they need to race or whatever. It says that for the deal, the teams asked NASCAR for $720 million, and NASCAR gave them $430. So I mean,
But they're making billions, is
Yeah.
my understanding.
they sold their TV rights for $8 billion.
Yeah.
So I mean, they have the money.
And I understand they got it's their ball, it's their game. They got all the power, and I'm not saying that the top of the heap or the owners shouldn't get richer. I have no problem with that. I think we've got the greatest system in the world. But for the love of God, the sport to continue the way it should, let's make things where some people can get in there and do something and be competitive. Open it back up to more possibility for other people. Hendricks ain't getting no younger. Gibbs ain't getting no younger. Penske ain't getting no younger. I understand they got people taking over their teams, but you reach a point where some of these guys, maybe I only want 2 cars or 1 car now, or I'm done with it. I didn't like that. So there's going to have to be new blood in the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, let people like Butterbean be able to have a shot at getting there without somebody like Dale Jr. feeling sorry for them and just covering their costs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really the only way people like him are getting there. Like, let them have a genuine shot where they can take their talent and just make it to the sport because they are good. And then get behind them and give them the money. But you shouldn't have to come with the money. I mean, I get it, but I feel like you should be able to come with your talent and earn the money. You shouldn't have to come with the money.
Yeah.
And no talent. It's
Yeah,
backwards.
if you want to get one of those Xfinity rides that Joe Gibbs racing, you got to bring a certain amount of money, and they're going to put you in the car. They don't care if you're the best driver for it or not.
Yeah.
How does that make sense? You know, when I had people driving for me, that's what I always did. I said, well, if you bring me a certain amount of money, you can race. I don't care what you can drive like. Just go tear my cars up.
Yeah.
No, that's a crock.
And that's what R Racing learned. They went out of business this year because Chris Wright brought them money, but he wrecked so many cars that it didn't matter.
Yeah.
He cost them money and ran them out of business.
Yeah.
But a couple other interesting things. The judge just got annoyed. He told him, he said, there's too many things in this case that are sealed and not for people to view. He said, I just want you to know this will all be opened up and it'll be public if y'all want to take this the whole way. So there's a lot of stuff that can come out, but
Well, good.
Yep.
Then we'll know who was right and who was wrong.
yeah, the ruling didn't actually get decided, of course, because this whole thing was actually to decide if NASCAR could sell these charters now or have to wait until everything's done with. So the ruling on that does not come until next week, but NASCAR being NASCAR came back the day after on Friday and said, no, we've changed our mind. We're not going to sell the charter and we'll keep it until all this stuff's over with. So y'all should not grant them charter rights again. They don't need them. They're going to be able to race either way. And I've seen people saying that the teams can't complain because they're having to play by NASCAR's rules. They're having to play by rules that NASCAR's just coming back and putting in because they can.
Mm-hmm.
It's not their previous rules. It's rules to fit their court case, which is ridiculous. But the one and final thing that I have to say, and then y'all can add or we can move on, is how are you going to say Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan are greedy and just want more money whenever they've said that if this don't work out, they're out of business? Greedy people are not going to run themselves out of business.
Mm-mm.
That makes 0 sense. And they've already said they've made money, so they're not hurting.
No.
But I'm leaving it there. Y'all want to add or not?
No, I think win or lose, the whole situation's so screwed up. There's no good outcome for it.
Nope.
Yeah.
I would prefer to see the teams do better. Like I say, do the big guys need to do better? No, probably not. But as you were talking about last week, now the driver pays down.
Yeah.
If you're a public figure, people complain about actors and different people making all this money. Well, you know what? Put this on yourself one time. You become somebody famous and you can't go to Walmart. You can't stop and get gas in your car. You can't do nothing out in the public now.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, it might be a good thing to have some money where you can go on vacation somewhere or do something and pay for these extreme things that you have to do just to be away from people where you can't be hounded 24/7.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've never had a problem with public figures making a tremendous amount of money because of their life's done for.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got a group of people they can hang out, but do you think they can go hang out with their old friends they grew up with? Most likely not. Maybe one at a time, but
Only if they're going to give them some money.
Yeah.
well, not just that, but say it was somebody I knew. If they came over here, everybody find out they were here. They'd try to bombard it.
Yeah.
Anybody you knew, yeah, your life is not your own anymore.
And then if they find out where you live, the paparazzi will sit
Yep.
outside your apartment
Exactly.
or whatever, trying to get a picture of you every day. Look
Yeah,
at
and
him
I've-
walking.
And I've heard it over. Yeah, well, he makes all this amount of money. Well, he don't have the freedoms you do either, or she, or whatever.
No.
Oh, yeah.
But that has nothing to do with NASCAR, does
Yeah.
it? But it does in a little ways. But I think the drivers should be compensated very well.
Yeah, I mean, they're not. Some of those drivers, whether we want to admit it or not, are making less money now than everyday people that you know in your life.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, they got, a lot of our opinion, the greatest job in the world. They get to race for a living, but
Yeah.
they're traveling the country week by week by week, never seeing their families, never being home, and they're making less money than people that are working regular jobs at some places. That's ridiculous. So, I don't know. NASCAR, quit being greedy. Y'all are the greedy ones.
And let's
not
get the
teams.
best drivers back into
Yeah.
cars and trucks.
Yep.
Let's go back to our roots in some aspects.
Yeah.
So,
That don't mean we want them out there driving 57 Oldsmobiles, but there's some things
Why not?
there's some things that were better.
Yep. Well, do y'all have any games you want to do, or
no,
you got a
Okay.
driver in mind you want to try, or no?
I don't have one. We
All right.
can talk about college football.
I'm out on that one, but if you got something,
I don't know. I'm just happy football season's back. That's all. I had to bring it up at some point. What I really wanted to bring up for the public to know is Alabama lost. They lost to Florida State week 1.
You think start a fight over here?
I don't care. Good weekend. Sorry, I wanted to bring that up. This is going to be a football podcast when NASCAR season's over for a few weeks. So. I'm only joking. I don't have nothing else to add. I just wanted to.
All right, so we're
You
gonna
know,
make some
I don't
picks
have a
for
game.
next week.
yeah, Worldwide Technology Raceway, better known as Gateway.
Yeah, I get flies.
Flat track.
We're gonna spray
I'm
this
going with all Penske. Blaney, Logano, and Cindric.
week. Really?
Yeah. I mean, Cindric won it last year, only because Blaney ran out of fuel.
Yeah.
And Logano won it the year before that, I think.
You
I
got-
think I'll take that, but I'm gonna swap Logano out for Barry because he's a Penske offshoot, and I think flat track will work pretty good for him. I think that'll
Blaney Cindric Berry.
be Blaney Cindric here,
We all got Blaney.
BCB.
But I'm
Good.
gonna have to go with my boy Ross. It's time for him to step up.
Okay,
And I think Briscoe's riding on a high.
all right.
So Brisco, Blaney.
And
Chastain.
my man Ross. Y'all got on me the other week for not believing in my man. I know neither one of y'all took your guy, but
We just talked about Hendrick
I'm
and
represent-
flat tracks. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm
Kyle's on my list.
representing
He
my man.
He won this track 2 years ago, and then he was running top 10 here last year before Larson wrecked him. But they might have something if they keep that momentum rolling. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we'll see. So we'll catch y'all next week after Gateway.
Yep.
See ya.
We'll see how wrong we can be this time. Bye.
Coming to the checkers, and there. Good job. You only pissed off 87 other drivers, 912 fans, and set the sport back another 53 years. Just pay the $20,000 fine, and we'll try it again next week.